Hi everyone, good day. How has your day been? How has learning been for you? Okay, today we have quite a lot to do. Okay, I'll just introduce myself shortly. I'm Samuel Wangobi, and I'm the NodeJs mentor the the Zuri training and Ingressive for Good, Zuri and Ingressive for Good training, and the adjustment. So, okay, so we'll be going through some things shortly, but I just wanted to give me 2 minutes to do a little setup, and then we just still use that time to wait for people to join us. Okay, we just have 7 online. I won't count my device, so I'll just say 6 of us are online. Okay, so just give time for people to join and then we'll start off. Thank you. Okay, we'll be starting any moment from now. We'll be starting any moment from now. We won't wait any further. Okay, I'll just go through some questions and we'll just treat them. Okay. So like I said, we have quite a lot to do. So I will just start off with the office hour questions that we have. My background can be a little bit noisy, so please pardon me. I have kids around me. Okay, so it may be noisy at some point, but I'm taking all the necessary precautions. But children will always be children. Okay, so one of the things we're going through is because of the questions we have is starting up the server. There's someone that had a question on servers. Okay, we'll be completing what we started on Tuesday, our jollof rice ordering, jollof rice ordering application, just like we have in Jevnik. Okay, Jevnik restaurants. Okay, people come into Jevnik restaurants. So we want to automate the process you see in Jevnik restaurants to allow users to follow through, basically bringing in users to the whole experience that our customers to be aware of the experience in delivering. So they know when their food has started. They went after selecting, they know that their food has basically, so that food is being prepared. So they know the time, exact time their food will be served, because they'll be following through and monitoring the progress of their food, okay, of their order, actually, not of their food. Okay, so we'll be doing that. We are to submit for our assignment for this week, week 5. We are to submit GitHub repo link. GitHub repo link, not Replit link. GitHub repo link. Only if that's from week 5. So as from week 5, that's this week. Henceforth, it will be GitHub repo link. That's what we'll be submitting, not a Replit link. The Replit link was for week 4. Week 3 and week 2 was objective, okay? Objective, week 2, week 3 objective. Week 3 was Replit link. Week 4 is, week 2 and week 3 was objective. Week 4 was a Replit link. Then week 5, that's week, which is this week, is GitHub repo link. Okay, you're not expected to use Express.js for week 5 assignments. Okay, if I see anything that has not been taught, some of you have already started marking, started grading some of the, I think, week 4 task, okay, week 4 task, and those people that did over the board carried their 15 years of experience and put into the task, okay. You already seen your scores that some you didn't get the full points, even though your application works correctly. One of the things that you ought to learn is to follow instructions, okay. That's one of the things also will be that we are trying to communicate to you, even while we are tutoring you on software development. Software development is all about instructions. You write some set of instructions as code to the computer, and you expect the computer to do as expected. If you write some set of instructions to the computer and your computer now says, okay, we know far more better things to do, or have far more better ways of doing what you just said, we will dump your codes and do it with the most modern way we want to do it. And you understand, you see that you start having conflict with your computer system. So one of the things we're actually trying to pass to you guys is the ability to follow instructions, okay? Okay, so I talked about the GitHub. Somebody is talking about, okay, somebody asked about servers, and somebody's talking about HTML into the server. And I think for the HTML into the server, we may not be able to cover that today because we already have what we want to cover today. I'll just quickly chip in the server, creating of server, okay, and then we'll follow through. I really want us to follow through with this, our jollof rice application, because I believe we would be making progress with that. Okay, so I can see someone talking about I don't know who this user is, but please stop spamming our chat box. Okay, 69xx.form, whoever that is. Okay, please stop spamming our chat box. This is for NodeJs and not for whatever it is you're doing there. Okay. Okay. Someone is asking, please, I don't understand the questions. from the base URL of the app down, please extend the tags in simpler form. Okay. Someone just, please, there should be a, okay. The question I would ask these people that are writing, giving this, is, have you gone through the resources? Have you gone to the posts section? Before you start asking questions, you must have gone through the resources and you are quite sure that your question will have not been answered in the resources. Have you gone to the post section of your LMS, gone to week 5, seen the resources about week 5, gone through each and every one of those resources, okay, before you now, okay, say, okay, then go to the task, okay, and see if what they're telling you to do in the task has not been done in the resources, okay, and then you can now start bringing out your question, or yeah, is the resource that was given enough for you to just add one or two, one and one together, and add this and this, that together, so you can be able to complete your task? Or have we treated in the previous weeks, have we done something similar, something that will be needed to complete this week 5 task? Okay, these are the questions you'll be asking. Okay, so because of that, I won't say I will ignore the questions. Okay, these questions. Okay, someone just answered yes. Okay, so if you have gone through the resources, then some of these questions should not come up. Okay, some of these questions should not come up. It's not about watching the resources, it's about coding along with the resources. So you have to code along with the resources, make sure that whatever worked for the tutor is working for you. Okay, and then you will see the similarity between what you're supposed to do and what is in the resources. This HTML page stuff, I think, was covered in the resources. Okay, so save time. Please go through the resources. Okay, if you have gone through the resources once, and I mean with rapt attention, not that you're doing something and you're just watching the resources as though you're watching a movie. It's not a movie. So, like I said, okay, but we'll be creating the server again. Okay, we'll be creating a server here, and that's why I've not shared my screen. I didn't give that normal background that I normally give. Okay, because I want to share my screen now so that we can just create this simple server and we will go from there. Okay, we'll go from there. On that thing that we'll be doing today is that we would try to see how we can work with Git and GitHub, okay? So that we'll try and see how we work with Git and GitHub, okay? So I would clear this. So this is where we stopped on Thursday. So one of the things I noticed that, okay, we were actually coding and we're saying we're going to use these codes and all that, and we didn't save our codes. We didn't put our codes to GitHub. And that was a very, very big mistake. So that I will be correcting today. Okay. So for security reasons and all, I will just be, all you will see me do is write the commands for GitHub, but you won't see me create a new repository. Okay. You will see me creating the new repository. So I will create this food ordering. Okay. So it's going to be food ordering. I'm going to put it food ordering app because normally we're looking at jollof rice, but I'm going to put it as food ordering app because this application can be, we can scale it. Okay, we can scale it not just for jollof rice, but for for other food, we can incorporate other food. Okay, so this application as time goes on. So I'm looking at the big picture here. So I'll just put it as food admin application. Okay. This font seems so big. I don't really. Okay, and for just for the, I have to increase the font here. Okay, but for my browser, those fonts are enormous. Okay, I think this is okay, and I think everybody can see that. Okay, so we'll just basically okay. I want to add the readme. Let me see that it's all in capital letters. Okay, readme.md all in capital letters. Okay. Rename. I think you can see my system. Readme.md. Okay, and I just want to call this code application. Okay, later I can add description to this and all. So I just want it to be like this. I will go to terminal. Okay, so that I can start writing my commands. Okay, so the first thing is I'll do is git init. Okay, git add. So after git add, what you want to do is I want to commit my changes. Git commit. Started projects with writing some initial codes. I want to see what my initial code does. We may not be using most of these codes, okay, but let's see. For my for explanation purposes, will complete the code. Food application. Okay, I'll just put it like this. It's not that self-explanatory. Okay, so another thing that we want to do, okay, is create a dev branch, okay, create a dev branch and work on the dev branch. But because of time, I won't be doing it now. Probably if there are no more questions tomorrow, if there are not many questions to do tomorrow, we can just do that demo of creating a dev branch and making sure that you're working with your dev branch instead of your main branch. So every changes you make on your Visual Studio Code, when you push, you only push to your dev branch. Make sure it is working. Now when it is working, your code is working, a particular function has been met. Okay, so like these are food I'll just call it food making or food business application, there are different sides to the application. Okay, you have the ordering, we have the cooking, we have the delivery. Okay, for them to be delivery, you are and all this, because we're talking about customers, it's a business, we have the payment section. So all these are different features that when you want to apply payment features, those are different features that you want to. So at the end of normally the best way to do it, especially when you have multiple persons working on that project, is that a different branch should be created for each feature. So we have the delivery branch, we have the cooking branch, we have the ordering branch, we have the payment branch. Okay, all of them, as everybody's supposed to push. After pushing to that branch, you work on your system, you push to the necessary branch. I mean necessary branch, I mean if it's payments, you're working on payments, you're pushing to the payment branch. If you're working on delivery, you're pushing to the delivery branch, and then there's going to be a pull request, make a pull request to the dev branch. So the dev branch is where everything will be tested. Everybody's codes together will be put in one place, dev branch, and it's like everything will be tested on dev branch and make sure everything works. It's now when everything works, that's when you now make a pull request to the main branch. Your main branch is what is connected to is the main branch. That's what you're going to be deploying, basically. Okay. So it can be connected to any of your cloud providers. Okay, you can, if you want to use AWS, you have GoDaddy, you have Azure, just to host your platform, basically. Okay, so we will do all that separation tomorrow. But since it's just me working on the project, I can be content with using dev branch for all these. Okay, so I'll have a development branch, and I will have a main branch. Okay, so all my codes are pushed to the development branch, that's the dev branch. Okay, so what we've done now is commit the changes. We change the branch name, then add our remotes. So the way to change the branch name is by saying git branch. Okay, I already have. So it's now, instead of master, you see this master here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. Master has changed to main. Okay, I don't want it to be master, because henceforth I want to be making use of the new way of naming the original, will I say original branch? The original branch. So instead of using master, I'll be using main. So we have git remotes add origin. Claim this. I think I have. Okay, so I think it's food ordering application. I did copy that. Okay, so and after that we are going to push. Okay, our codes. Okay, while that is running, one of the things I will want to do is create another file that will be server.js. I think, yes, server.js, and then we would go through how we can create a server. Okay. So what we've not learned anything about Express. So we'll be making use of the HTTP that comes with JavaScript. okay, installed. I don't need to install any dependency while using this. So it's going to be just, I want to store it in, okay, say require HTTP, okay. How to create a server is basically HTTP dot create server. You can see it's already giving me, okay. But then I want to store this inside the created server. I want to store it inside the variable, and I'll just name the variable server, okay, because I would like to use it in the future. I would like to use it in the future. So another thing we have to do is to make create. We talked about this. Make a callback function in our create server function, okay, and it's basically like this, okay. So we have a callback function, okay. We have a callback function, okay. So we have a callback function here, and the callback function will have two arguments, which is request and response, okay. Here I would just want to say console.log, okay, request image, okay. And then next thing I want to do is I want to be able to listen to the changes in the server, okay, so to be able to know what's going on in the server at every given point in time. And this is the way to do it. So localhost, okay. And I can console log and say I am listening for requests on port 3000. Okay. Okay, with this basically normally I have basically, okay, I want to clear this. I think just give me a second. Let me verify something. Okay. Just give me a second. I want to verify something. Okay. Yes. Okay. So normally this, what I wrote here is not like this is the okay, this is the norm. Okay, this is how one can write it. Okay, you can either you can make this a variable. Okay, instead of writing it out, hard coding it here, There are other methods that you can use, but basically this should be able to give get the job done. So to be able to run it, we have to put node dot use node to run the server. Okay, basically, I just wanted to confirm the different ways in which we can write, write our codes. Okay, and so it's only listening for requests on port 3000. So if I go to my local hosts on port 3000, I would be that's HTTP localhost with on port 3000. I should be able to see my server. Okay. That is exactly where I'm trying to go to now. Still loading. And by the way, my GitHub repo has already been, my application has already been installed in my GitHub repo. Okay. While that is still going through, okay, request made, okay. So I'm listening for requests. That's I already consulted the listening for requests on for 3000. I reloaded the page. It said request made. So basically your server is working. Your server is running. Okay, your server is running. And see, I use Control C to stop it. Okay, so everything is stopped. I would just keep this server.js just in case we would be needing it for any of the explanations, because okay, that we'll be having in case we want to scale our application, so I don't know what the time is right now. We barely have 25 minutes to go through what we have here. So that question about synchronous and asynchronous yesterday just made me want to do this. So I think we already got, sorry, on Tuesday, I think we already got the explanation I gave already. Okay. So I would send all this and then we would basically start from, okay, order cooking. Okay, we have our order and then we have our cooking. I think we'll start from here. Okay. And with that, we would we can clean this. Okay. And let go of those codes. Yeah, so this like simple version of our code. Okay. We can take this out of here and put it here. So for those that didn't join us, okay, on Tuesday, so the whole concept is we want to create a food jollof rice ordering application. But I named this application food ordering application in case we want to scale up to meet other customers' demand. Not all customers want to eat jollof rice, okay? But we're just looking at jollof rice as a case study to start building our project basically from scratch. Okay, so what we're looking at is, okay, the experience you get when you go to Jevnik, any of the Jevnik restaurants you have all over Nigeria, okay, or all over the world. Basically, Jevnik, they prepare your food when you come. Like when you enter to the restaurant, you order, immediately you order, they start preparing your food there. Okay, it's not a pre-prepared food, where you now have to say, okay, I can see rice, already cooked rice. I can see already cooked jollof rice. Okay, give me jollof rice, add chicken, add beef, and then add plantain, ripe plantain. This is that's not the experience there. Immediately you order, you tell you give us 10 minutes, give us 15 minutes, your food will be ready. Okay, so this is like an application that the customer can be used to follow up on what is going on. Okay, at every given point in time, waiting can be hard. It's good if your customer knows, okay, this is the stage we are at when we're talking about cooking your food. Okay, and then basically cooking of food can be timed. It's timed. You can meet a professional caterer and say, okay, I want to eat pounded yam and egusi, and the professional caterer can tell you exactly how many minutes you need to wait, okay, for before your food is ready and served to you. Okay, that's how professional the catering business can be. Okay, so we already had instead of saying this cooking food, I would change this to cooking food. It's okay. Okay, so one of the things we'll be doing is to add some ingredients. Okay, so add ingredients so we have ingredients. Okay, and we'll make this an object containing arrays. Okay, so we have different ingredients. Okay, and despite the many ingredients that we have, I'll just write like 2 or 3. I want to complete it later just because of time. I was also complete it later. So rice, we have different types of rice. We have ufada, okay, and we have native rice now. Then we have foreign, sorry, foreign rice, okay. And we can add the types of seasoning we want to use, okay. And we have no, I don't know how to spell it, but no, we have salt, we have onga, we have Maggi. Okay, there are other things that we can include here. Okay, other things like trying to, okay. So other things we can include here like tomatoes, if we're going to be using fresh or pasted tomatoes, and what brand of the pasted tomatoes are we going to be using. We have different types of oil you can use. Okay, I won't fill them up now. We have different supports. I call it support. I don't know what to call it again. But I think by the time I tell you what support is, you can be able to support. By support, I mean fish, goats, meat. Okay, we have cow meat. We have chicken, of course, and then we have like turkey. Okay, turkey. Basically, that's how we say it in Nigeria. Okay, so but we have our object called ingredients. Okay, and as we go through, one of the things what I'll be working with for this course is just rice. Okay, I'm working with just rice. So rice, rice, well, so we'll call this rice name. Okay, so you can say rice type, but I'll just say rice name. So we can be able to, and since we're talking about rice name, and that means this place in our order is going to be, there's going to be another argument, basically another argument here in our order. Okay, so we would, from there, we can now use the set timeout function, basically, to make our orders. Okay, we can use our set timeout function like we did yesterday. Okay, that is not confusing. Okay, so cooking food. Okay, let's just write our set timeout and then we can just do some copy and pasting. Okay, so set timeouts and then well, so like we established callback function by using callback function with the set timeout function. So there's a function here inside the set timeout function, and that makes this function a callback function. Okay, so we can say cooking food, we'll cut this and then we'll paste it here. And here, instead of saying customer, okay, customer ordered, instead of just saying customer ordered food, we can say ordered ingredients dot rice. Okay, and then we will put rice name here. Okay, and we can just put rice so that it can be, if it's ordered rice, ordered native rice, ordered for the foreign rice. Okay, that's how it would go. Okay, I'm someone that is big on formatting, so you see me basically sometimes I would manually try to format my my code, but you know, all that can be done automatically by just country and then you go to okay, no, I can just control A to select, right click, and I can just format selection. Okay, so format selection with I have PT and all that. Okay, I won't be going through that today. Okay, so set timeouts. I would say this is like 2000, and then with this I can put order equals to, so if I want rice name to be, if I want it to be the first one, that's ofada rice, you know that in arrays you count from 0, so this is 0, 1, 2. Okay, if I put 0 here, when I run my code, okay, Ronaldo ordered ofada rice, you can see it here. That's the first, before you talk about Ronaldo's jollof rice, it's very good. Okay, so basically that's one step. We're just getting it closer to our goal. I just want to be sure that we are still within time schedule. Okay. We can, another thing we can do is to set timeout, this set timeout function. We can put set timeout function inside another set timeout function. Okay. So one of the things after selecting device, we can say, okay, we'll select the support. Okay, select this, select whatever. But basically, after selection, the next, let us go through the ways of preparing jollof rice. Okay, so normally you will blend your tomatoes. So after the selection process, let's take for instance this console.log just deals with all the selection processes. When I mean all the selection processes, rice, seasoning, tomatoes, oil, support, it takes care of that. Okay, and then the next thing, okay, can you see my screen? So sorry. Okay, I wasn't seeing my screen for a moment. Okay, I think I can see my screen. Yes. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, okay, after placing the order is to, before cooking takes place, we were talking about parboiled, before the main cooking takes place, we are talking about parboiling the rice, blending the tomatoes, okay, those kind of things. So we can put all of them inside a nested set timeout function, okay? We can put them under in a nested set timeout function. But instead of doing that and talking about parboiling, let us go to cooking. Okay, before we say food is ready, there are some things that we want to. I'll just copy this set timeout function. Okay, or I'll just write a new one. Let's go to the cooking. Okay, so in cooking, we must say set timeout, write a set timeout function that does, okay, console.log. Let us say all those things I just mentioned have already been taken care of. So now the main cooking has started. Okay, so that will, we want to console.log that the main cooking has started. We can put in on that set timeout function in this set timeout function. Okay, so it's kind of like a nested set timeout function. This I will put it at okay. So the timing here, like this 2000, there you can see now is I think milliseconds. Okay, so 2000 milliseconds is equals to 2 seconds. Okay, so basically it's equals to 2 seconds. So what we will do is since let's run this for let's just run this and then we'll see once it runs, we can then proceed. I want us to build this application step by step. Okay. Okay, cooking has started. Did this take up to 2 seconds? I think it did because I can see after 2 seconds. So this okay. So for, like I said, set timeout function. Let us continue. Set timeout function. We want to set timeout on that function. And want this to run after 2 seconds. So sorry about that. Let's say console.log cooking has started. Frying or onions. Okay. We can also have on that nested. I will just copy this so that I can just paste it all over and over again. I can paste this one here. Set sound function. Unless we just say fine onions. I can say fine tomatoes. After I frying onions for 2 seconds, I want to fry tomatoes for another 2 seconds. Okay, I don't want my codes to be messy. Okay, because I'm about to start having messy codes. After I add stock water, okay, or add we'll add stock water. And let us say after that, that's the end. We will just cook, allow final cooking. Okay, and also, and then I'll make this okay, 2. Then food is ready. I mean, I have to cut this onto text. I'll do this after 3,000 seconds. Okay, this is what we call nesting callbacks. So I'll just run this code so you can see that a lot of nesting. So cooking has started, frying onions, frying tomatoes. After the time, add the seasoning, add stock water, final cooking, and then lastly, Ronaldo's jollof rice is ready. So you can see it's following a timer. Okay, so this whole having set timeout, set timeout, set timeout, it can be, this is what we call a callback nesting. When we have callbacks like this and you're nesting one callback inside another callback, inside another callback, inside another callback, it's called callback nesting. And then it's called basically called nesting many callbacks like this is called callback hell. Okay, so one of the solutions we can employ to be able to avoid this kind of messy codes the way it is like this and make it more simpler is where promises come into play. Okay, promises now come into play. So because of time, we may not be able to go through promises. This is already 2:55. I would have to go now. But one of the things I would do now is to save this code, what I have written. So I will git add all. Okay, git commit, write my commit and my commit message that used nested set timeout functions to indicate the timing and order of cooking jollof rice. Okay. Also, that's one of the things we did. Also, we created this simple HTTP server listening on port 3000. So you can see my commit messages are clear and distinct. Someone that comes will know exactly what I did, even without going through my codes. So these are the way you write commits, especially when you're working with people. In fact, when you're writing your code, because the code you write today, if you come back 1 year from now, you may need one of the things we did not do here was commenting our codes, which is very important, also very important to increase the readability of your code, okay? To increase the readability of your code, very important that we git push. Okay, it's very important that we comment our code. I just said cooking. Okay, I'm supposed to say step 1, step 2, step 3, the different steps. Okay, so all those can be highlighted. Okay, we talked about ofada rice. Let's make this one and let us try to run again. Output is clear output. Run it again. You see it's no longer ofada rice, it will be native rice. You can see it, native rice. So instead of saying food here, we can say okay, instead of saying food here, we can say ingredients dot rice. And okay, I just want to see the rice name. Okay. Rice name. It's out of scope. So it says we want to put rice name here. Rice name here. But you can just say native. Okay. Rice. One is of same native order. You can just say one. Okay. This like hard coding. I'm hard coding it. Okay. One that cooking has started, fine onions, fine tomatoes, add seasoning, add stop water, final cooking. Ronaldo's native rice is ready. So native, I omitted rice. Okay, here. So basically that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll answer further questions. So the people, I think Sarah and one other person, the other people that asked questions about HTML pages, connecting to HTML pages, go through the resources. If I see that question again, okay, we would go through connecting to HTML, our server, the already created server, basically connected to an HTML page. We'll go through that tomorrow. Okay. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye.